Hi, Rich. Um, I wanted to go over a couple of things about the model just to help you understand how to navigate in it and see some of the things that I intended you to see and understand the method in which I'm going about this. Anyway, the model tools, if you should be able to see my cursor, a little yellow circle here. I'll try not to go too fast and mess you up here. But in the view menu, the very top left should be visible. You can select toolbars, and that appeared on a different screen, so let me drag it over to show you. Okay, so the toolbar menu comes up. You want to be looking at, I've got a few in here that I've added because I got some plugins, but the basic tools that you would need is the large tool set. So check that box. See, that was the one that was over here on the left. Now I'm going to check it. It's going to come back. That's the tool set you're going to use mostly. There's a couple others that are kind of cool for exploring. And you can play around with all these tools. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not trying to tell you what to do here. I'm just helping, hopefully. There is a section to, okay, there it is right there. And if you look up at the top here, this one right here, that's the section tool where I have it. I mean, you can drag these and put them anywhere you want, but I I keep them organized a certain way because I always know where to look for them. But the section tool, it's disappearing. There you go. That one is one that you'll use too. And I'll go through a quick tutorial on that, but I won't go into great detail. You can play with it and figure it out faster than I can tell you. Um, So those toolbars are this large tool set, and the section tools are the ones you're going to need primarily. Everything else you can get at from this uh, default Windows menu. The file for different, saving a different copy of this if you wanted to save it as something else, or save it as a template if you want to open all your model, open this model every time. Which, don't do that. That's dumb. But there's some different things you can import and export. Let me move my head out of the way here so you can see. You can import and export different things. The exporting is kind of cool. A 2D graphic, you can do a JPEG or a PNG file or whatever. You can export anything you're looking at. It'll give you options for how you can do that. You can export a video if you want. An image set that'll give you. I don't know if the Make version has that one, but most of this stuff should be available in Make or the free version. Okay, so pulling me out of the way again. So you'll see these tabs all across the top, and those are the scene section or scene tabs that will help you see the different things. Okay, so like scene 2 rotates around and you're looking at the baseboard right there, and then scene 3 rotates around on the inside. Scene 4, you click around. Scene 15, it's I've taken out a wall and you can see the skirt board with the molding on top of it on this side of the staircase. Scene 16, I pulled the molding off and I slid the skirt out a little bit so that it's in line, so the riser face is in line with this riser face. Scene 17, I'm lifting it up to show you where it would mark in position. Scene 18, I've lifted it up to that marking position. Let me, for some reason that is not showing you everything. Let me pull that back down and rotate it around a little bit. Okay, that's pretty good. You won't have my head in the way when you're when you're doing the real model here. But I'm going to update that scene so that it looks like that every time. So back to scene 17, scene 18. Okay, so now you can see some text and some stuff, and it'll when you're using your mouse, the scroll wheel will zoom in and out if you're scrolling. If you depress it, you're orbiting. And I've just got like a 1/4" MDF jig that I put in the model here, and you can imitate it. But the intent is to draw a parallel line with the top of the tread with the nose in its position. So you can see the riser line that you've drawn first with this jig, and the horizontal top that you can draw with this jig. And you can just slide this jig back and forth to get the full line, so it doesn't have to be this wide. I have it this wide because I didn't want it to tip on you when you're marking it. It's kind of an awkward thing. You got to kind of hold everything together. By the way, when you're anchoring the skirt to the wall, if you're in the lower inch or so of this material, you won't leave a hole in the wall that's visible when you're all done. You probably got a good 3 inches here, or 2 inches anyway. We can measure it and find out exactly. But so that, where was I? Going all over the place here. You want to make sure the skirt board, the yellow here is the actual board before it's cut. The white on top of that is the, you can hide this, and that's the skirt after it's cut. You're seeing a line here from the piece behind it, so don't worry about that. You can navigate around in here and see how I put this together, but the 2 jigs, one for marking your risers, one for marking your tread and your nose top, and you just move these to every position you need, and there you go. I'm making this more complicated than I need to. The section tool, I told you I was going to show you how to do that. One of the two, I got a cross section 1 and 2, and it's just to show you what it looks like, and you'll see it just kind of zip. Okay, there you're looking at a cut through the staircase. Let me go back to scene 1.